What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW Videos. In today's episode, we're going to be performing a deep dive on the Pokemon Palkia. So Palkia is added back into raids from August 6th until August 20th in Pokemon Go, and it's all centered around the Ultra Bonus Unlock Part 2, with Palkia also getting its shiny variant added into Pokemon Go. Very similar situation to the Pokemon Dialga, which we had for Part 1. Now, there's also another Pokemon that a lot of people are going to be super excited about raiding throughout the Ultra Bonus Unlock Part 2, and that is Heracross. With it also being a regional Pokemon, getting its shiny added into Pokemon Go, people are super excited about it and really contemplating whether or not it's going to be worth it to raid this Pokemon, especially with everything that's been going on in the Pokemon Go community. You may be considering boycotting, not spending money, maybe going free to play. So this series is becoming all that more important. I am going to be talking about it from that perspective and really considering whether or not this Pokemon is worth raiding, worth investing in, worth powering up, worth using it in PvP, raids, and so much more. So if you do enjoy the deep dive series and find it helpful, make sure to turn that like button shiny and also subscribe if you want to stay up to date on that Heracross video, which will come out later today. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So I didn't have time to create a specific counter guide for Palkia, so I wanted to at least briefly mention it here. As far as the best counters are concerned, we're seeing a ton of Dragon-type Pokemon, but one thing that you will want to take a look out for is the number of feints, because we got a lot of glass cannons leading the front. Yes, they will do a lot of damage, but they may not be able to stay in the fight long, so especially important if you go up against Draco Meteor, you're going to want to dodge if you go in there with Rayquaza. But now that we have that covered, let's go ahead and dive into Palkia itself. We're going to go ahead and start off with the stats, which really lets us know kind of the potential for the Pokemon, or at least an important aspect of that. So first things first, we've got the overall stat rank of 63rd in Pokemon Go, so very impressive. And then if we go ahead and scroll down, we can see that we've got the attack stat leading the pack at 280, that's ranked at 51st. Defense stat also pretty solid as well, ranked at 89th in Pokemon Go. We've got a maximum CP at level 51 buddy boost of 4,565, so impressive. And then for Palkia, we've got the dual typing of water as well as the dragon. So with that being said, we are going to take a look at Palkia from the water typing as well as the dragon typing when we head over to raids. But of course, we will have to have a discussion about the moveset because that could kind of dictate what we end up doing. So like I mentioned before, we can go ahead and talk about the relative rankings for Palkia as a water type Pokemon, and then finally Palkia as a dragon type Pokemon. So out of 126 water type Pokemon, Palkia has the 10th best overall stats. And when you take a look at those stats more closely, you'll see that once again, it is the attack stat followed by the defense. So it technically is looking better from the water typing compared to the dragon typing, where we end up seeing it being ranked at 17th out of 51 Pokemon that share the dragon typing in Pokemon Go. Attack stat dropped a little bit down to the 12th position, and defense ends up being its best, but that's mostly for the fact that a lot of dragon type Pokemon end up being very attack heavy. But when we take a look at the results, relatively speaking, it seems like Palkia could end up having quite a bit of a space to be successful from the water typing. But of course, we have to talk about the moveset, and that's what we're going to dive into next. And this ultimately kind of blocks the Pokemon from performing well, or it allows it to excel. So when we take a look at the moveset, taking a look at the fast move first, we can see that we've got Dragon Breath and Dragon Tail. Both of these moves are great in different ways. For PvP, Dragon Breath has been great. Dragon Tail did get an upgrade though, and Dragon Tail is also good from the raid side. So everything is looking good from that side, except for the fact that we do not have a water type quick move, which is so unfortunate for Palkia, because it really could perform well from that water typing if it were to have a water type fast move. If we go ahead and head into the charge moves, we can see that it has Hydro Pump, which is a high damage move, and then we also have Aqua Tail. So Aqua Tail is technically going to perform better from the raid side. We've got this move Aqua Tail, which is great news. So basically what's going on with this Pokemon, Draco Meteor is pretty good. You would love to have Outrage there. I think the biggest issue that I'm seeing is that we don't have a water type fast move. That's really holding it back. And although we have some pretty good moves from the dragon typing, there's simply going to be more stiff competition to go up against those dragon type Pokemon. So it's just a non-ideal situation for Palkia, but let's go ahead and see what this ends up looking like in actual practice. when we head over and check this out. So if we were to go up against a Palkia using a Palkia, we can see that Palkia ends up being the 9th best option considering other legendary Pokemon, Mega Pokemon, and then also considering Shadow Pokemon. So this performance is honestly not that bad, but it's a little bit tough of a pill to swallow when you have all of these other options ahead of it, and some of them even being non-legendaries, and then even something like a Rayquaza being one of the most popular Pokemon in Pokemon Go. I would imagine if someone had a level 40 Pokemon powered up that was a dragon typing, it's probably going to be Rayquaza. So then of course you have to consider, is it worth investing to Palkia as a dragon type attacker, especially if you already have another dragon type Pokemon not looking so good from that dragon typing. The water typing, however, is a little bit worse, kind of like what we expected. So Palkia ends up being the 18th best water type attacker, and what really hurt it is the fact that we don't have a water type quick move. Now, maybe some way, somehow, there is a Pokemon that lines up where dragon typing can at least do something against it, like it's going to be super effective and water typing being super effective. But you're going to have to let me know what that Pokemon is in the comment section below. There could be a very niche situation out of that though. So up next, what we need to do is talk a little bit about PvP, and then of course we will end up summarizing for this. So the good news is that there is some positive news for Palkia in PvP, and it's mostly in the Master League Classic. So going with Dragon Breath, Aqua Tail, and Draco Meteor. So Aqua Tail works as a great move for baiting out moves because it is such a quick energy move. You can basically charge up to it very quickly. And then of course, if we go ahead and take a look at the Pokemon that it's taking down, Giratina extremely common, Kyogre common, Groudon extremely, all of these are very common in the Master League Classic. I was facing them left and right. And then we take a look at its performance. It ends up working best as an attacker as well as a charger. And then as far as its negative traits, it is considered to be less bulky, and it does require a little bit of technical use, especially with doing those baits with Aqua Tail. But at some point in time, if you can get yourself off Draco Meteor, then maybe it ends up working out well. So anyways, what is my overall opinion on this Pokemon Palkia? So I don't think it's currently worth rating in Pokemon Go based on its current moveset. Now that's an unfortunate statement that you may have been hearing quite a bit on this deep dive series, but ultimately Niantic chooses the moves from the move pool, and to some extent this Pokemon has a lot of potential, in my opinion, from the water typing. But until this Pokemon ends up getting that potential unlocked, I'm not going to recommend rating this Pokemon, spending money on it. Of course, go out there, maybe get you a shiny variation of it so you at least have that and can kind of check that off of your list. But it doesn't get the seal of approval, at least in my opinion. PvP, on the other hand, is a different story. I do think this Pokemon is worth it for PvP, especially for that move Aqua Tail. It works out perfect for this Pokemon. I just wish we could get that water type quick move to where it doesn't hurt anyone on the PvP side, and then on the raid side it ends up making this Pokemon actually usable, considering it is a legendary Pokemon. But I would absolutely love to know what you think about Palkia in the comment section below. Do you plan on raiding this Pokemon? What exactly are your plans for it? Let me know in the comment section below. And I also want to give a huge shout out to the supporters over at Patreon, as well as the members on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. And if you want to join the exclusive Discord server where we talk about Pokemon Go, we coordinate for raids and so much more, definitely make sure to check out that Patreon link in the description below, and I will see you next time.